Hi Libra, and welcome to your September to, I guess, beginning of October reading, giving the delay. So let's start to see what is the month holding for you. Thank you very much for your clicks. I really would appreciate if you continue your likes and comments. YouTube changed its format, their algorithm. So basically, I would need to give you 10 minutes or less short monthlies in order for me to really qualify really higher. But then I feel like this is really cutting corners and giving it short, and kind of like it's not really me. So look what you're getting first. Like, you're getting jumpers, and I really don't read jumpers for the signs that are not first 6. You're basically the 7th sign, so hopefully you're going to make up for it, and there's the goodwill in my hand. Like, so let's look at it. This is the dude who is clearly enjoying himself. He even has the monogram over here. He looks really accomplished, and it's clearly posing. Nobody is feeling complete comfort in this thing. What I really like about that is he's raising his arms, so he's clearly looking at someone. To me, being very kind of like pragmatic sign, just like you are, and Libra is my ascendant, it's like, what? How much longer do I really have to be here? I really like this checkerboard. Checkerboard is the symbolism of, hey, you know, I have to dance between good and bad and good and evil, right? It's kind of like perpetual thing always that I really need to deal with, right? So 9 of Cups is generally about happiness and satisfaction, and there's like a level of harmony and level of accomplishment. So whoa, what a great card to start, my dear Libra. So let's continue. What's happening this month for my beautiful Librans? So let's see. Libra. Whoa, Lady Godiva, you have 6 of Wands, and this is about victory. This is about taking anything needed to get to basically that point. So this is talking about confidence and recognition, and maybe you have been kind of like studying and wondering how to really approach things, and how to, I guess, how to help things to, let me just zoom this in for you, how to help things, how do you get better? But somehow maybe it was really not as easy in kind of like realization and understanding of that. This month, guys, you are going to reach really important milestone. You know, there's going to be some recognition. It's going to be that confidence, right? It's almost like you are really going to know that methodology is not going to be here, well, let's hit it and see what it sticks kind of a thing, but it's rather going to be getting out of chaos, right? And you're minimizing distractions, and I really think you spend lots of time kind of like trying to figure it out, how it is for other people, how it is, you might even think how it is for Kat, like, I mean, how many hours she needs to spend to do this reading, because some people just, oh, you cannot wait to find something and shred this. No, I really don't think it's going to be you this particular month, right? You really need to this month put yourself out there and be really proud of what you achieved, right? You know, you actually are even in a position to pat yourself on the shoulder and kind of like shout your success from the rooftops if you really see, right? But it's kind of funny because others are not going to laugh at you. They will really cheer you on. So this is really positive encouragement, right? So you really need to believe in who you are, and you need to believe, if something happens, don't think, well, this is just fluke. No, it isn't. Like, you have to be proud. This is the reason why you are there. You paid it forward, right? So held your head up high and really know that you are really worthy of admiration. I also feel that this month you'll be dealing with body image. You are going to be beautifying not only yourself. I do see some of you will straighten your hair. Some of you will actually buy new pillows, and some of you are going to go to a completely new skin routines. And I don't know why it came to me, but just it did. So what else do I see here? Oh my gosh, you have Ace of Cups to boot. And Ace of Cups is like the seed. It is the seed of something really beautiful. It is kind of like, hey, you know, somebody might be showing up on the horizon and you are kind of like, okay, yes, I do want to have this date with you. It is like the seed of promise. Cups are always about emotions and feelings, and it's not exactly the same, right? But you know, this is about drinking your joy from the fountain of life, right? So it's actually going to be a great opportunity, and I really demand the gift. Did you turn off the fan, mister? Did you turn off the fan? Can I have it back? Can I have it back? So I'm having a tiger, the director over here. I think he's deciding that we need to really go to dog park, but I really want to do Libra first. Can I have Libra first? Huh? Can I do Libra first? He doesn't talk like Safi on command. So what is crossing this? It's crossing Eight of Pentacles. So I really think this is really applicable to those of you Libras born in September. The ones who are like really close to Virgo, right? So this is really talking about looking at details. Something might be amiss from these details, right? Because look at here, she has her hand on her heart. Like, I mean, this is a huge excitement. This is exactly what she wanted. Now this is really telling me that somebody maybe coming to your life is not necessarily, well, what you had in mind, right? And this is not necessarily a bad thing. Maybe somebody that is really showing up is showing up with some different flavor that you maybe never tried, or maybe that you can put a little bit of your own fine touch on it, right? I also, however, see that there will be potential here for rejection. So if you are the one who is rejecting, be really cautious of this, because you might be rejecting someone just based on some superficiality. So just keep this in mind, right? So let's see, what do we see here? We see the moon. The moon is the root of this particular month. So it is really something that really talks about the psychic visions and almost like deliriums and the things you would never think of, but they kind of like comes to you. It's very much this tarot reading, right? It's kind of like free flow of imagination, what is really coming up over here. And it is also about darkness. It is also about in dark, we think everything is bigger and more dangerous, right? But you really don't need to fear the dark. The moon here is reversed, right? So I would really pay attention to dreams, and something is really coming to the light over here, guys, with the moon being reversed, right? Maybe there was a confusion about the situation. Maybe you kind of like had disbelief over something, but no more, no kind of like longer. When the moon reverses, the day is coming, and I really think also some of you maybe experienced jealousy, or somebody was jealous in the situation. So, and maybe this is the case. You're saying, no, you know, I have been through it. I had partners. I know where jealousy goes to, and then I become jealous. This is all getting off the rails, and this is not what I really want. So maybe you're really examining things and really looking deeper into somebody's soul, because this is really looking through the lens of the past lives. So since this card connects to past lives, it really tells me that you are resurfacing some issues that need to be dealt with. So I do the specialty readings, karma reading, where I do look in your Akashic records. So past lives are really wonderful. You know, they're like, sure, maybe entertaining, but to me, entertainment is a lesser part. It's like more or less understanding why you are this way, and it can really turn your life around. So in the past, we have Lady Magician. Isn't this spectacular, beautiful card? I really like, this was like, second card that I seen in the deck, and I just really couldn't get enough of it, because it's really such a big, departure from what I'm used to. So this is really telling me that, and again, you're being rewarded for something that is native to you, something that you're really talented, right? But talent is great. And I really think some of you remember Enron, a big company founded on talent that just like tanked. Because I don't know if you heard that somebody told Oprah that she's never going to amount to anything, and we are laughing at it. Actually, maybe that statement was true at the time it was said. Oprah could have had talent, but she had something in much bigger abundance, kind of this attention to details and quality that she really wanted to do it, hard working. So talent is great, but hard work and focusing on something is much more important. You are kind of like gifted with both, and there is like something over here that you're actually being rewarded, and maybe you're getting a little bit picky because maybe based on the stuff that happened in the past, you're thinking, okay, you know what, now I can connect the dots, and this dots is like way out. Like when they tell you connect these dots, is sort of like, sometimes like tricksters kind of doing it because it's making you think outside of the box, right? So this card is representing, and we do have like, this is not propeller, this is basically infinity sign as above, so below. So it's almost like that you are elevating yourself spiritually, being the master of these four elements, right? So just think of yourself this month that you actually bring into this month everything that you really need to have to manifest your desires into reality, right? So you need to think through things in different filters, right? Through creativity and skill and focus and desires, because all of these tools are representing that. So, but you know what? The most important is to spring into the action and kind of like really, really work on it. How? Death. It's upright. So this is really talking about transformation. This is really talking about trusting. This is extremely powerful card. When it comes upright, it is like decision is upon us. Decision is what we really want to do in the situation, right? Something that has been going on is not going to go on anymore. Something is reaching its natural end. We need fresh start in something. So I see this fresh start here. I see fresh start. Maybe you had a false fresh start, and maybe certain things kind of like got off the rails. Maybe, start dating someone, you already had a first fight, or just like felt, oh no, this is not workable. This can actually really talk conclusions, but it's something inevitable, something that really has to happen in order to better yourself, in order to kind of like put things in order, in order for you to function better. You clearly, this is like your intention this month. This is what is grounding you. You kind of like are saying to yourself, certain things cannot continue going on. You deserve better. You want better. You are really feeling like this, like winning Godiva. I bet you're going to be eating those chocolates as well. Like, I just cannot even think about them. I'm gaining weight. They're so amazing. So imminently ahead of you is, well, Libra, isn't this like you? Oh my gosh, what do I need to decide? She clearly doesn't know what time it is, because she's not seeing it. It's the moon, it's a sun happening, and she's holding these old burdens on her shoulders over here. Swords are about thoughts, swords are about words, right? So, but in her case, she's also blindfolded, so she has to resort to all the inner resources that she has, right? So we fumble in the dark. We are really not seeing all of these beautiful things. And look at also this gorgeous bird that is really helping over here. So don't tangle yourself in some kind of like web, because you're going to say, I need to finish something. Something has to start all over. But then you're going to go, well, maybe you don't, maybe you do, maybe I don't, maybe I don't. Like, like that's the indecisiveness, which is really typical to your sign. And I can see this being quite prevalent over here. So, and I was just about to say the Tower shows up when we do not want to honor Death card. And the Tower is very phallic, and it really happens when karma steps in. Look at that enormous, huge phoenix exploding here. This is like the Mars energy. So I don't know, guys, if you're dealing with Pisces or Scorpio or maybe with Aries over here. I'm seeing also some air signs showing up here. This is clearly saying, again, you didn't want to deal with it, my dear, sweet Libra. I will make you. Tower is shakedown, and this is falling over here in your own house. You are, guys, going to start redefining yourself, and you're going to be optimized for success. This is actually, even though very unpleasant to go through, a card that has really good ending, but is a card that requires lots of rolling up the sleeves and pulling yourselves out by the bootstraps, right? So there is like something that you wall yourself in. You kind of like maybe had, well, this kind of works, is tried and true kind of a thing, right? So this card is saying, well, it's a liberation. Mind you, it can be very, very phallic. Both of them are belonging to Scorpio, so it could be, you're going to die with me, Juliet. Well, I don't really want to, and I'm kind of like tired of you controlling me. I am tired of you pushing all these things down on me. So how about I kind of like get this inspiration? I also think this is going to be redefining your image. You're going to, I'm feeling it strongly, guys. It's going to be a new hairdo. It's going to be a new dress. You're going to be playing with things and trying one thing and seeing how people react and trying something else. And it's going to be lots of things happening. And maybe, it's just going to be a look. I really have to figure out me. I want to be me, and I am not so sure that this is really me. How about, I simply try investigating different things. You don't really do it very often. You're kind of like this comfort air sign where you do really try to get along. But this only goes until, people piss you off. At that stage, oh my gosh, tomorrow, the next day, you're going to show up like a hippie, and they would not know what the heck happened, where like this sweet, beautiful, preppy Libra disappeared. So this is going to be very, very different, guys. And you'll be ruled with completely different things. You will come across very emotional, but at the same time, you will be very, very well prepared for what you are kind of like willing and heading into. New environment, I'm getting lots of these cards. Slay the dragon, and you maybe wall yourself up, guys. There is love offering. You are possibly saying, no, not good for me. Maybe with good reasons. Maybe it's somebody from the past showing up, and you're saying, been there, done that, heard that. Look, these guys here are running in freaking fear, and I don't know why their arms are ahead of them, unless they really want to jump in somebody else's arms and be hugged and be kind of like cuddled. But I really think that this dude over here, who is fearless, represents you. And look at that shield, and look at that determination. He does not think that anything will happen to him. He has both hands busy, and dragon, I guess, is kind of like maybe getting all twisted up. And this is the whole thing. Maybe this actually is Gordian knot. And a Gordian knot, this whole thing, expression exists because people throw this knot at you and you're trying to untangle it, and you can spend forever doing it. You can't. The only way to untangle it is to cut through it. And this is what this really is. Somebody is trying to slay, the story about the Snow White and how the prince kind of slay all these bushes and thorns and roses to get to her. This is kind of the image that I'm getting, because I really think this is a sleeping Snow White over here. And maybe some, I'm sorry to say this, but I really think there's like somebody really short that you feel like you don't want to date, and then I really think it's going to be that you're going to be questioning yourself, how could I even think that? And these details that you're not really looking at, it is going to be a question of some kind of like superficiality, or it's going to be a question of, I don't want to be superficial. I really want things to be built properly, done properly, right? Is this dragon dude over here really doesn't have an option but winning, and the only way to do it is like really not sweet talking to this dragon, but this is in your environment. It really seems like somebody is trying to get to you. Look at that. Like there is a collapse here happening, and you are screaming, help, help, I need somebody to come here. Don't judge people if they don't jump immediately because they're slaying the dragon. There is like somebody who is really there for you, really, like hook, line and sinker. And this is a story that you really need to work for yourself, by yourself. It's going to be really important chapter in your life. And here you are. This is in your hopes and your fears. You guys want things to be back in order. This really makes so much sense. This is my karma card. Clearly, there's like something karmic. There's like something from past lives. You are shedding one more thing on your checklist in this life, what you really wanted to have done, what you really wanted to accomplish. And you're going to have few levels and few layers, right, to say, like this is like, kind of like beginner's level, and you're going to say, no, I'm not doing it, I'm comfortable with the situation, and then you get stuck, and again, but things are going to be resolved for you. Look at how many major arcanas you have. 1, 2, 3, 4 for now. Very strong reading. When justice cards show up, justice really talks about that you're going to get what you need. In your case, Libra, what you want is success. What you want is accomplishment in business, in career, in life, at home. You want to look good, you want to feel good, you want to know that things are fixed at your home, that that things are ironed. Oh my gosh, like I'm almost like going to be extremely OCD this month, but OCD with intention to actually put everything in order. So I do see yourself decorating, I do see yourself cleaning your closet, I do yourself and I did it like myself at one point, decorated my fridge. We never decorated our fridges. I just like bought one of those table mats, and I just like put it there. So now I have this beautiful yellow color that is almost like a sunshine each time I open it up, right? So this card shows up and it says it's coming in balance, right? This outcome is determined from decisions that you've made this month, and you can do it yourself, or it's going to be made for you. The other people are there with you, for you, want to be there, want to be involved, right? But certainly some, truth needs to be said. There is some kind of like fairness and balance that need to be done. Look at that. One sword is down, one sword is up. So here you're activating things that you have been thinking about. Look at that. Big eye is there looking. She is actually sitting there on this pedestal and understanding this. To me, this card in this particular deck, it really talks about this spiritual glow, right? Something that there is like some kind of enlightenment this month, guys. definitely enlightenment. Okay, I'm going to tell you what this means with karma. Please, if you're interested, order my karma reading. I'm reading your Akashic records, and that will make much more sense. But just think about the past life as big boulders that are attached on us. And I think it's called rooking, rooksing or something like that, where it's the new walking system where people put stones or something really heavy in their backpacks, and they walk like that because they expend more energy, right? So very much similar past lives are like that. We have like this heavy weight that we are carrying around, and I really think, like, I mean, that somebody might be showing up here who is going to cut off that weight, cut off the issues. Oh my goodness, it's going to feel, you're going to feel like you. Well, no wonder this is also preparing for your own birthday. It is really coming up. So it's going to be really interesting. You have in your card, like, I mean, this card belongs to Mercury. It's really feeling that there is like something that you are maybe even brewing for your own birthday. But oh no, you guys are going to need to be redefined. Like, this card really surprised me, because we almost like back to this. All the swords are down. Maybe you're really afraid of people betraying you. Luckily, this is the only card that really can be easily changed and switched, and it can be changed with attitudes. I do think, of course, some of us, because Libra is my ascendant, will get smart. Some of us will end up in a beautiful love affair. But the others that did not get the lesson of this tower and didn't raise in this phoenix, like raising from these ashes, will need to repeat the cycle, rinse and repeat kind of a thing, and will kind of be led to believe, I'm betrayed. In both cases, guys, in absolutely both cases, the justice have been served, because you are being called to uplift. You have the Ace of Cups, you have Two of Cups over here. So see, we started over here, we are finishing over here. We started over here, we are finishing over here. There are two different scenarios for two different Libras. Some of you are simply cutting the cords. You do not want this past anymore to be part of your future. The others cannot let go. The others like that status quo. And maybe you're simply frozen. Sometimes in that situation we are frozen, or here you are blaming others that they haven't been there for you, where they have been trying to be there for you, but there was like something else that really prevented them. Do not jump to conclusions, my dear Libra, this month, because this month is pretty much testing you to your very, very core. So one more card to seal the reading. Libras for September. Almost like covering your entire birthday. This is almost like a birthday reading, and you are getting sad embrace, but it is reversed. So let's see what it says. I'm going to read you this. It says, loss is a part of life. Let go and allow time to heal you. Are you suffering over your suffering? Do you feel that life is treating you unfairly and that you have been robbed or deprived of what you're entitled to? Do you long for love that eludes you, or the success that has been bestowed upon others? Success, love. Righteous anger and a sense of entitlement lead to a trap of ego. That's right, this is shedding ego, all of that. Slaying cards are talking about things that we really need to remedy, sometimes inside, sometimes outside. If you hold on to your perception of unfairness, then you will find yourself in its tight grip, unable to breathe freely. The only solution is to drop your victim stance and embrace the sadness so that it might dissipate naturally in time. Trials and tribulations build character, which is its own gift. Find something to be grateful for and take responsibility for your part in all matters. It might be painful to sit and wait for your sadness to pass by, but remember that you are loved. Have faith, because any bad experience shall pass. You are not the victim. You're only a traveler on a hero's journey. It's okay to be disappointed, but know that someday you will look back and see great value in this experience. You may even laugh. Again, guys, this is 45. 4 and 5 is 9. There is like something that needs to be transitioned. The shift is happening. It's like actually not just a shift, it's a monumental shift. It's an earthquake. So maybe somebody is just going to come to your life that you're going to start fearing, oh my God, I don't want to be hurt, and you will just decide to pass the relationship on entirely. Maybe somebody new is going to come in your life and you are going to really be afraid, and you're maybe projecting a whole bunch of your fears and undermine your own success. That somebody who is coming this month clearly is going to be very persistent. You will really need to work on your own issues, Libra, and in the end, the winning against yourself is going to be so powerful, as you're going to start seeing life in a completely different, with completely different eyes and different perspective. So guys, to get a reading with me, you can contact me at cattarot.ca, same web address, cattarot.ca, to get your own 3-card reading, which is also very cool. And don't forget to click, I told you about the algorithm. I don't want to shorten it down to 10 minutes, but I don't know, maybe you would like it better. Who knows? Write me about that as well. And check your ascendant and check your moon sign, so that way you can get more encompassing reading. And until the next time, you do know that I love you. All the best.